Yes, how?
Hello, Mr. Wendell.
Hi.
Leah Wilson with NetSuite.
Hey,
How are you?
How may I help you?
Well, I was just driving by and I noticed that we have a new company here, and I actually work for a software company that's been able to help out a lot of new businesses. And I'd really love to tell you about it. Does that sound okay with you?
Yeah, it does. I'm really busy right now. I'm on my way to another appointment. Can you just tell me a little bit about what it is that your company does?
Of course. It's basically an all-inclusive online customer relationship management system that's going to help you more effectively manage your entire customer life cycle. It's also going to help you make better decisions. It's going to give you visibility to all of your company's processes.
So something kind of like a Salesforce.com or something like that, maybe?
We don't really like to compare ourselves to them because we feel like we're,
better than that?
Yes.
Well, okay, let's tell you what, go ahead and have a seat,
Okay,
and we'll
great.
spend a few minutes talking. I've been doing some research on a couple of companies in that
Great.
space, so
I can sit down and set up my things.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Maybe your information will help me with what I'm working on right now.
Yeah, and before I forget, let me give you my card.
Okay, let me shut the door real quick. We have some privacy.
This is my card, so if you ever have any questions following this meeting, please feel free to call me anytime.
Okay, and your name is Leah?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Like I said, I was just driving by and I told you a little bit about what NetSuite is. Tell me a little bit about Strategic Marketing Institute Sports. What exactly is the mission and how is that tied in with sports?
Okay. Did you play sports? Ever played sports?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I was pole vaulter, track, everything.
Okay. Well, then maybe you can relate. The kind of how I got in business, I've been doing this for the past 6 months. My grandmother fell into a lot of money she won a lottery, and part of that she basically gave me $2 million to start a business. And I researched multiple business, and being a former athlete myself, and really had a lot of passion for sports and continue to. I have 3 sons who also participate in sports, so really that's how we decided to launch the business. But it's more focused around recruiting and helping future athletes get exposure at the colleges.
Okay.
So I work with parents, coaches, and then universities to get students exposed to college coaches for potential college scholarships.
Great. Well, as fellow athletes, that's such a great sort side of business to be in, where it's going to build self-esteem and just such great things for young people. You must feel really good about that.
Yeah, I am. It's a great opportunity.
Right.
It's nice to kind of like my dream job. You know, after working in corporate America for a while, this is kind of my chance to do something I really love.
Great. And I know that you said you have 3 sons, and I actually have a picture of my nephew from his first swim meet. So there he is, looking all happy. So he did well. So it's doing great things for him, and it seems to do a lot of great things for the young people that you're trying to help.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I know that you're very busy. As you said, you're getting ready to go to another meeting. So I'd love to take a few minutes to ask you a few questions from there, maybe show you a little bit about NetSuite. And then if we feel like it's meaningful and doable, we can go from there. How does that sound?
Okay, that'd be fine.
Okay, great. So let me just ask you, first of all, who would normally be involved in a decision about a product such as NetSuite?
Well, right now you got me.
Okay.
It's a small company. We've only been up for 6 months. We have very few employees at this point. We're trying to build something big, but right now we're just kind of out of the chute, so to speak.
Right.
And I'm really the person making the decisions and anything like this right now.
Okay. So given that, do you think that there's anybody else who needs to be in here today to make you feel more comfortable?
Well, maybe if I see a little bit more about your company and what value you could offer someone like our company, then maybe we can make a decision. But right now, it's a real small group, so you're with me. Good or whether you like it or not, you're with me.
Great. Well, let's see. I know that in the beginning of the business, which is where you are right now, things can kind of be a little hectic with managing your customers and your sales and your inventory. Can you tell me a little bit about how you're doing that right now?
Well, right now we're trying to get a customer.
Okay.
We're so new. We've only been in business 6 months. I've hired some salespeople about 90 days ago, and they're just now starting to kind of come through the training and kind of hopefully share the vision and the passion that we have. So. If you think about our product inventory is students. So
right, exactly.
Really,
service-based.
Yeah, it's not like I have product on the shelf. Now we will
course.
be packaging part of that into DVDs and various media methods and using the web for some of that. But I don't have per se products. So a lot of it is relationships, as you would expect. If you played sports, probably from coming up through sports that it's a lot about the parents and the coaches. We're working with AAU, high school, some middle school organizations, and select type teams to get our name out. And right now we're really only working in California, Georgia and Florida, because we're starting small, kind of out of the chute, to see if this makes, how much scale we can add to this later on. But we do have big plans and big visions.
Right. Do you mind if I take notes?
No.
Okay, great. Okay, so, you saying that you're just trying to get the business. right now. You're trying to go out there and find those people. You said you have salespeople who do that. How do they go about, finding those leads?
Well, it's a lot of former coaches, so it's a lot of who they know, and people depending on the sport that they're targeting. And if you think about the sporting season, we target the seasons that are in sports that play at that particular time. So right now we're doing a lot of work with baseball coming up and soccer. Mm-hmm. We just finished a little bit of work we got on the kind of tail end of the basketball season. And they network, they meet with coaches groups. A lot of these people have coached for a long period of time, and they have a strong network, and that's kind of the value that they brought to our organization, was who all they know, both from a maybe a select team coach to a middle school coach, high school, and then some of these guys are even networked with some of the colleges already.
Okay, so it sounds to me that customer service and relationship management is top priority. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely going to be critical.
Okay.
Yeah, this business is all a relationship business.
Of course. And how do your salespeople go about keeping in touch with them, on a day-to-day basis?
Well, it's a good question you asked. The answer is right now, I don't know.
Okay.
We don't have a solution. To be honest with you, I have been engaged with some Siebel people that I had known in the past, and working with Oracle now, and we had some discovery with some Salesforce.com people who had reached out to us. So I've been working with the Oracle technology and tool for the last 90 days, and we're kind of a little bit further along in that process. They already actually have the final quotes and stuff in. I was just kind of waiting to make some decisions until I talked to a couple other people. So your timing is impeccable today. So
Great. That's
a good news for you. But the bad news is I am kind of deep in this. So.
Right. Tell me about this Oracle technology. What are some of the benefits that really kind of struck you?
Well, the real benefits in having worked with that technology in the past is they're real strong from a technology area, and in future they have a number of world-class customers today, a very strong portfolio, and they have great security, which is something that's important, especially when you're dealing with young children. Can you imagine the importance of security and all the data that we're going to have in our network? Parents, that's one of the first things they want to talk about is, where you publish all my information, how secure is it? So that's really important. And cost, obviously, as a business entrepreneur, it's going to be a while before we're cash flow positive. So I really have to look at the bottom line and how much capital we expend in various technologies and just building the business out of the gate, because we know it's going to be a year or two before we really start to make a profit.
Okay. So. And then, was there anything that you just wish it had but it wasn't quite there with the Oracle technology?
Well, there's some areas that maybe they could improve on, and that's the marketing area, I would say, because they have a number of tools, and the challenge that I saw from kind of where we're at is that it's a little more expensive than kind of what I would hope. I mean, they're a really good company for what they do, working with larger corporations, but I'm very small, so part of that little bit of a concern was, are we too small and they're too big? So that really give us the service that the presentations and all the material looks great, but at the end of the day, I'm still a very small customer for them, so I don't want to feel like a small customer.
You don't want to be a small fish in a big pond without Oracle technology.
No, I don't.
Okay, great. You said that marketing was something that you wish that it could improve. Obviously, you're a brand new business. Advertising, would you say that's very important to your business right now?
Absolutely.
Okay. And what current methods are you using?
Well, again, we're still new, so we're kind of learning as we go. So a lot of it right now, unfortunately, is more like flyer distribution and mailing postcards and getting engaged, because I've got to reach out and form relationships with the coaches first, and then the coaches will start to give up information regarding the best players and the people that obviously, if you think of a team, there's depending on the sport, the number of players on a team, there's only a few that really fit the elite category, and that's the people that we're really targeting. So
of course. So how do you track the returns that you're getting on the money that you're spending advertising? How do you know which was working best?
Right now it's really more of an investment. I'm not trying to make a profit on that right now. A lot of it, when you're starting and launching a business, I mean, think of a world-class business like Coca-Cola. I mean, they started somewhere small, and that's kind of where we're at. So we have the vision of being big and really launching the business, but right now, when you share with someone about our business, they have we're basically nameless to them. So we're starting at the bottom. So I'm so new to the business. I don't have this big marketing plan and doing ROIs and all that. I mean, we know it's going to be a cost. It's in essence a cost to get your name in the market, and that's going to cost me $100,000 or $200,000 or whatever. But I've got to start somewhere.
Right. And ideally, like you said, saving money. You'd like to, do marketing in the way that brings the most name
Absolutely.
brand recognition and that ROI that we're talking about. Maybe you're not there yet, but eventually.
Yeah. We sponsor and work with some very select groups. You take a select organization or an AAU team when they have the elite group already.
Right.
That's a better prospect for us than someone who's playing on a high school team or a lower level competition, because the average athlete's much stronger on those teams.
Okay, great. Well, what it sounds like to me is that you have a few big concerns. Right now you are with Oracle Technology, but the marketing seems to be a big thing for you. You want to be in that most efficient way. You want to get that name brand out there, being a new company. Also, like you said, the security issue. You want a product that's very secure with your customers' information. And then also a way to keep communication open, because, like as you said, relationships is basically the base of your company. Is that correct?
Yep.
And if I told you I had a product that could do all that for you, would that be something you might be interested in?
I would think so at this point, because you caught me before we made a decision. So that's kind of the good news is for you, I'm still kind of having some discovery about that. So it would be something, I guess, that would just really make me see this is really much better than what I've already seen.
Right. Great. Well, I'm really excited about our conversation, because I think that our product could help you like it's helped so many of my other customers, and I'd love to show you how. Would that be all right?
Okay, real quick.
Okay, great. Do you mind if I use this
No,
computer?
you're welcome to.
And I'm actually going to scoot over here, because
Okay.
I want us to work on this together. I want to show you just how easy it is for us to use.
All right.
So right here, everybody's going to have their own individual login. And I'm going to log in right now. So each of your salespeople. And how many salespeople did you say that you have?
I have 10 today.
Okay. Let's see here. And this is going to take them to the home page. And I wanted to show you a couple things that I think could really help out your business. You said with retaining relationships. That's important to you. So I'm actually going to have you do it, because I want to show you just how easy this is. So we're just going to take it, and you're just going to hover over documents, and then we're going to go to mail merge, and then we're going to go to bulk merge and click on it. So you can send out an email to all of those coaches that you have. Your salespeople can come in here and send out an email telling them about maybe an upcoming event that you're having, just asking them about opportunities that are coming up, and you're going to be able to see that, and nothing's going to fall through the cracks. That's going to help you maintain those relationships that you said was so important to you.
Right.
Do you think that would be something that would be helpful?
I think so. I'm trying to get an idea too. Also remember that a lot of these people are former coaches, and they think a clipboard is technology.
Right.
So
right.
I don't know. At this point, we haven't even made the decision if we're going to deploy laptops and all that. I mean, I'm pretty sure we will, because we're going to need that, especially with the internet.
Right.
But what about adoption? I mean, are you having any trouble getting people like that really aren't comfortable with technology to use your tool?
That's a common concern that we have. Are my people going to be able to adopt this? Will they reject it because it's too technologically advanced, which I understand is your concern. We find that once we come out and we train them, as we do, they're very comfortable with it. As you just saw, you can send an email that took you a minute, less than that.
So I would compose the email and then upload it. So does this work in conjunction with like Outlook?
We can actually, you don't even need Outlook. It just goes straight from here.
Oh, okay, so this is an email. It has all the email stuff already embedded in it.
Yeah. Okay. So you can say group type, and you said it's baseball season right now. So you say right here, customer, and we can have baseball coaches. So
like various catalogs set up and files by sport.
Exactly.
Even team sport. Okay.
Does that sound
that's interesting. Very interesting.
Great.
Yeah. I like that. That's a little more custom than what I've seen. So
exactly.
Now the other thing too. I mean, what about the customization? Because that's the other thing that I heard from them is, we can make it look like you want, but you're gonna have to pay for all that.
Right.
So help me understand that, because that would probably give me an idea if this is even something we should continue on based on what and I realize you don't have a quote today, but a ballpark price.
A ballpark price. Well, so you're saying with the customization, you want it to be what you need and nothing more, nothing less. And that's exactly what NetSuite is. You let us know what you want, we put it in for you. You can actually give us all your current information, and we can input it into here, so it'll be ready for you to use. Train your salespeople, and you're good to go. And then, as you said, you're hoping to grow. I know right now you're in Georgia and Florida. This actually grows with you. So it'll continue to grow as much as you would like it to.
Okay. What do you mean by that? You mean just adding additional users?
We can add additional users. We can add additional features. Whatever works best for you, that's what we're here to do for you.
Okay. Very good. Well, help me understand your clientele. Do you work with people like me that are small businesses, or you deal with only corporate clients?
You know, we do both. And as you said, I know with the, let's see, the Oracle technology, you were concerned they were a little too big for you. Luckily, with NetSuite, we have a variety of different types of customers. We do have those smaller companies, and we have those big companies too. And with NetSuite, the way that we can customize it, we're able to meet each of those individual needs depending.
Okay, all right. Now, are there implementation fees and all that setup stuff up front? Because that's one thing I have to look at from a cost standpoint. I mean, how much is it going to cost me to turn it on?
That is included in the price.
Okay.
So we'll go over that in a little bit, and but yes, the implementation is already included.
All right.
And then I want to show you a little bit about that marketing. You know, that we said is important to get out there, especially right now. So I'm going to have you take the reins again.
Okay.
We're going to just hover over reports up here, and then we're going to press cancel. Okay, hover over reports again, and then we're going to go to marketing, and then lead source analysis, and click on that.
Right there?
Yes. Yes. Press OK. Okay. So this is going to tell you basically where all the money is coming from, which advertising sources are bringing you in that money. And this doesn't really mean anything to me. I don't know about you, but I like to look at it in the graph point of view. So here you see, you know, maybe the November newsletter, that's not getting your awareness out, but however, the partner referral, that's doing really great, the yellow pages. So, you know, we can take money from the newsletter and allocate it to more efficient forms, such as the yellow pages.
Okay.
What do you think it would mean for your customer or your company to consistently be able to market in the most efficient way?
Yeah, that's going to be incredibly important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great. So what I've showed you so far is how we can get your name brand out in the most efficient way. We can maintain that customer relationship that you said was so important. And then I know also that you said that the security was very important to you.
Right.
NetSuite is actually backed by Level 3, and they actually handle federal government information. So you know it's very secure.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
Well, what I would think that your next step would be maybe to meet with some of the salespeople or the people who use this, because I wouldn't be a user. You know, my sales organization would. So is that in your sales process? What are those next steps? I mean, would you need to meet with some people, because I'm still doing kind of my due diligence, comparing the competing technologies and which one would be the best for our organization. So what would you recommend? And I understand that, you know, you wanting to meet with your salespeople and kind of get their input. But you know what we've talked about today with the security meeting your needs, the marketing meeting your needs, as well as the relationship management meeting your needs. I'd really like to see you see these returns as soon as possible. So based on what I've showed you and how this can really help your company, you know, would you like to go ahead and implement this today so we can already get those returns? Well, I appreciate your aggressiveness, but as a business person and a businesswoman, I mean, before I make a decision that would impact my business for the next 10 years, I would want to make sure that we make the right step.
Of course. And
that's why, I mean, I'm kind of, like I said, 90 days into Oracle, and I'm somewhat committed to them. But I think I would be willing to, you know, have a look at this and compare with my sales team.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I want them to be comfortable with it and to have it utilized.
Of course. And you know, one thing, I get that objection a lot as well. You know, you want to make sure that everything is all right with everybody else, and it's going to be the best for your company in the long run. And that's exactly what we at NetSuite want, because we're really big on customer management as well. We want to make you happy. So a lot of my customers like to do the pilot program, where they get about 2-3 username and passwords. They can go ahead and try it for about a month or two and see the returns that they're getting over traditional methods, and then they can kind of see, you know, from there if they want to implement it full time.
So a couple of coaches that were maybe a little more technology and advanced could use this, and we could deploy this as kind of a test level.
Yeah, a few of your salespeople who are working with those coaches who are a little bit more technologically advanced, yes. I think that would work very well.
Yeah, that sounds more interesting to me. What's the cost for that?
It's going to be $129
for the test
per user, per username. So if you're doing 3, that's $240. That's $360 for the month. That's
per month for as long as the test goes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, is there any type of contract or obligation with that, or is that just kind of a risk-free offer to
I have a contract for a month for you to try it, so that's going to be the $360 that we were talking about, and I have it right here. And so basically, you said 3 people is what you would?
I would probably think 3 of the 10 to start out with.
So 3 salespeople at a cost of $129 times 3, So it's going to be $360 for the month, and it's going to be a 1 month obligation.
And at the end of the month,